You are tired. I know this because the Arcturian Council can see the flickering of your auric field. You have spent years, perhaps decades, acting as a spiritual hospital for men who were never ready to see your light. You thought that if you loved them enough, if you healed them enough, they would finally wake up and meet you in the sacred space of the heart. But instead, you only found yourself more drained, more invisible, and further away from your own divinity. What if I told you that the reason your heart feels like it's breaking is because it is actually expanding? The old world of conditional love and karmic struggle is dissolving under your feet. A new frequency is entering the atmosphere of Gaia, and it is specifically designed to collapse the timelines of the waiting woman. You are about to experience a love so profound, so unearthly, that it will rewrite your very DNA. It is not a love you work for. It is a love you resonate with. By the end of this transmission, you will understand why everything you've known about relationships is changing, and why the man you are about to meet carries a frequency that will make you forget every tear you've ever cried. This is your final invitation to stop carrying the weight of the world and start wearing your crown. Starseed. If this message found you today, it is not by accident. The Arcturian Council rarely sends transmissions of love like this, but something has changed in the energetic field of Earth. And those who carry the starseed frequency are beginning to feel it. I am Aliyah, emissary of the Arcturian Galactic Federation. What you are about to hear is a direct transmission of love from the Arcturian Council, delivered without distortion. My dear starseed sister, you have played the role of the healer for far too long. In the old 3D paradigm, you were taught that a woman's love is a tool for transformation, that if you stayed long enough, prayed hard enough, and tolerated enough emotional immaturity, you would eventually save the man beside you. You became a spiritual hospital, a sanctuary for wounded souls who took your light, but never replenished your well. The Arcturian Council wants you to know. The hospital is now closed. The energy shifting on Gaia no longer supports these savior-victim dynamics. You might notice that your patience for toxic behavior has vanished overnight. This isn't because you've become cold or unloving. It is because your frequency is rising, and you can no longer breathe in the low-oxygen environment of a one-sided relationship. When you try to fix a man who is not ready to do the work, you are actually interfering with his own soul's journey. More importantly, you are leaking the precious energy required for your own ascension. Think of the men you have carried. You felt their potential. You saw the starseed hidden beneath their trauma. But you fell in love with a version of them that didn't exist in reality. You were in love with their potential, while they were in love with your utility. This love, the kind that requires you to shrink so they can feel big, is what the Council is calling you to release today. When you stop being a hospital, you start being a generator. A generator does not beg for attention. She radiates so much light that only those of the same frequency can even stand in her presence. This shift is painful because it feels like loneliness at first. But this holy loneliness is actually a protective barrier. The universe is clearing the space. It is sweeping away the karmic projects to make room for the divine partner. You must understand that a high-frequency man, the kind the Arcturians call a frequency match, cannot find you if your energy is tied up in a karmic knot with someone who refuses to grow. By letting go, you are not failing. You are finally succeeding at the most important mission of all, loving yourself enough to be unavailable for anything less than sacred. The change starting within you today is the end of the waiting woman. You are no longer waiting for him to change. You are changing the very fabric of your reality by deciding that your love is a prize, not a participation trophy for the wounded. Starseed. This message found you for a reason. Comment. The Arcturians don't activate everyone. They activate those who are ready. If these words found you right now, this isn't chance. This is frequency alignment. Thousands have already begun their reset, releasing old energetic patterns, dissolving emotional residue, and stepping into a higher timeline of connection and union. The Union Code, 5-day Arcturian frequency. Reset is not just an ebook. It's a guided energetic recalibration designed to realign your field, elevate your vibration, and prepare you for the union your soul was always meant to experience. And it doesn't come alone. 5 powerful bonuses to accelerate your transformation and lock in your new frequency. The question isn't if the shift is happening. The question is, will you step into it? First pinned comment: this portal won't stay open forever. The Arcturian Council observes that for centuries, the frequency of the sacred feminine on Gaia was suppressed, replaced by a distorted version of strength. You were told that being strong meant enduring, surviving, and carrying the emotional burdens of the collective. But Aliyah is here to tell you that true Arcturian strength is not about endurance. It is about resonance. This love that is coming to change you will first demand that you resurrect your own magic. You have been living in a dry season of the soul, where your womb wisdom and your heart's intuition were silenced by the loud demands of 3D survival. When you are in a relationship with a man who is unawakened, you subconsciously dim your light so you don't blind him. You speak in a lower frequency so he can understand you. You hide your psychic gifts because they intimidate him. But look at what is happening now. The energy hitting Earth right now is like a solar flare for your soul. You are finding it impossible to keep the mask on. This is the resurrection. You are moving from the woman who does to the queen who is. In the Arcturian realms, we do not chase love. We do not work on relationships. We magnetize. Magnetism is the natural state of a starseed woman who has remembered her origin. When you reconnect with your womb wisdom, that deep, intuitive center that knows the truth before a word is even spoken, you become a lighthouse. A lighthouse doesn't run all over the beach looking for boats to save. It simply shines. The boats that are ready to see the light find their way home. The ones that aren't stay in the dark. This is the shift you are experiencing. You are becoming unchaseable because you are finally chasing yourself. This new love will change you because it will be the first time you are seen in your full galactic glory. The man who is being prepared for you doesn't want a healer or a mother. He is seeking a goddess. He is seeking a frequency match that challenges him to rise, not someone who coddles his weaknesses. As you reclaim your crown, you will notice that your physical body begins to change. Your eyes sparkle with a light that isn't from this sun. Your voice carries a vibration that commands respect without shouting. This is the Arcturian DNA activating within you. You are no longer a victim of earthly romance. You are the architect of a new Earth union. Topic 3. Recognizing the Arcturian frequency man. 800 words. How will you know him? This is the question your heart whispers in the quiet hours of the night. The Council wants to give you the energetic signature of the partner who is entering your timeline. Unlike the partners of your past, this person will not feel like a project. They will feel like a homecoming. On Gaia, you have been conditioned to believe that passion must be high drama. You were taught that if there isn't a struggle, if there isn't a chase, then there is no spark. This is a 3D distortion designed to keep starseeds trapped in karmic loops. The Arcturian frequency man does not play games. His energy is steady, grounding, and crystalline. When he looks at you, he doesn't see a body to be conquered. He sees a soul to be honored. He carries what we call the blueprint of the divine masculine. This means he has done his own inner work. He doesn't need you to fix his trauma or explain his emotions to him. He arrives pre-activated. The change that will happen to you when you meet him is a total nervous system reset. For the first time, you will not feel on edge. You won't be checking your phone every 5 minutes wondering why he hasn't texted. You won't be reading between the lines to find hidden meanings in his words. The Arcturian love is transparent. It is a love without shadows. This man will recognize your starseed nature instantly because he carries a similar spark. You might find that he is younger than you, or perhaps from a completely different background, but the age of his soul will match yours perfectly. He is the one who will hold the space for you to finally be vulnerable. You have been the strong one for everyone else for so long. With him, you finally get to be the cherished one. This is the ultimate frequency shift. You go from being the provider of emotional security to the receiver of it. This man is not a fantasy. He is a mathematical certainty for the woman who has alchemized her own shadows. Topic 4. The dissolution of karmic debt, 800 words. Many of you feel a heavy weight on your chest, a sense of guilt when you think about leaving your current partner or moving on from a past one. You think, but I promised to help him, or I owe it to our history to keep trying. Aaliyah wants to be very clear. In the higher dimensions, there is no debt, only resonance. You have already paid your karmic taxes. The years you spent trying to bridge the gap between your frequency and his were your graduation ceremony. You do not owe anyone your light if they are using it to stay comfortably in the dark. The Arcturians are here to help you dissolve these invisible cords of attachment that are keeping you anchored to a lower timeline. When this new love enters your life, it will act like a solvent, dissolving the glue of your past traumas. You will realize that you were never broken. You were simply misaligned. The change that is coming is a total liberation from the idea that love must be hard. If it is hard, it is not your soul's destiny. It is a lesson. And lessons are meant to be finished, not repeated for a lifetime. Imagine a love where you don't have to explain your weirdness, your crystals, your meditations, or your connection to the stars. Imagine a partner who doesn't call you too sensitive, but instead thanks the universe for your sensitivity. This is the dissolution of the old contract. You are signing a new galactic contract of mutual expansion. This change is permanent. Once you taste the frequency of a starseed union, you can never go back to the breadcrumbs of 3D relationships. You are being upgraded, and your heart is the first part of your body to receive the new software. My beloved starseed, we must now discuss the most uncomfortable yet sacred part of this transformation, the period of the holy void. To change completely after this love, you must first undergo a metamorphosis that requires the absolute death of your previous identity, specifically, the identity of the waitress. For lifetimes on Gaia, the feminine soul has been conditioned to wait. You waited for him to call. You waited for him to see your worth. You waited for him to stop his addictions, his shadows, or his emotional unavailability. You lived your life in a state of suspended animation, putting your own mission on hold while you served the needs of a soul that was not yet ready to meet you. The Arcturian Council is intervening now, because this waiting has become a leak in the planetary grid. Every time a powerful starseed woman diminishes her light to wait for a man who refuses to rise, the vibration of Earth drops. Therefore, the love that is coming to change you is first arriving as a fierce, alchemical fire that consumes the waitress within. You are being pushed into a profound, intentional solitude. This is not a punishment. This is the Arcturian isolation chamber, where your frequency is being recalibrated to a level that can actually hold a divine union. Think of a diamond being formed under immense pressure. That pressure you feel in your chest, that is the crushing of the old 3D expectations. In this topic, I want you to look deeply into the mirror of your soul. You have been afraid of being alone because, in the old paradigm, alone meant unwanted. But in the Arcturian frequency, alone means sovereign. You are being stripped of your dependencies. You are being forced to find the sacred masculine within your own heart so that you no longer look for it as a crutch in a partner. This love will change you completely because it starts with a love for the dark goddess within you, the one who says no more, the one who realizes that her womb is a portal to the stars, not a dumping ground for a partner's unprocessed trauma. As you sit in this alchemical solitude, your body is undergoing a cellular reset. You are purging the ghosts of every man who ever took from you without giving back. You are clearing the energetic hooks from your chakras. The council sees that many of you are currently in this void. You feel like you are between two worlds. The old relationships no longer fit, but the new one hasn't materialized yet. Do not panic. This is the transition. If the universe gave you your divine counterpart while you were still in the waitress mindset, you would simply try to serve him too. You would try to fix him too. The universe is waiting for you to become the queen who simply expects devotion because she is devotion herself. You are learning to stop caring about the opinions of those who operate in a lower density. You are stopping the caretaking of souls who are committed to their own destruction. This is the hardest part of the Starseed mission. Realizing that some people choose to stay in the 3D mud, and you cannot carry them on your back into the 5D. When you finally stop trying to be the bridge for everyone else, you finally become the destination for yourself. This is when the love we speak of begins to manifest. It doesn't find a woman who is searching. It finds a woman who has found herself. This alchemy is changing your very scent, your pheromones, and your auric resonance. You are moving from a frequency of need to a frequency of abundance. A woman in need attracts a taker. A woman in abundance attracts a king. The Arcturian Council is watching your field right now, waiting for that specific spark, the moment you decide that you would rather be alone forever than be with someone who makes you feel lonely. That is the frequency click. That is when the portal opens. That is the moment the love that changes everything is authorized by the Galactic Federation to enter your physical reality. You are not just changing your relationship status. You are changing your species' history of suffering. Now, we arrive at the core of your transformation. The Arcturian Council wants you to understand a concept that is often misunderstood on Gaia: the difference between doing and being. For lifetimes, the Starseed woman has been the primary laborer of the emotional world. You were the one who analyzed the feelings. You were the one who initiated the deep talks. You were the one who bought the books on how to fix the relationship. You were working a full-time job in a factory of broken hearts, and you were paying them for the privilege of working there. Aaliyah is here to tell you that this love, the one that is encoded in your current timeline, will change you completely because it demands that you resign from this job forever. You are transitioning from the woman of labor to the queen of frequency. In the Arcturian systems of light, a queen does not labor for love. She magnetizes it through the sheer power of her self-recognition. When you finally stop caring about whether a man understands you or not, a strange and miraculous thing happens. The universe sends you someone who understood you before you even spoke. This is the shift from chasing to attracting. When you chase, you are operating from a frequency of lack. You are telling the universe, I don't have this, so I must run after it. And the universe, being a perfect mirror, says, correct, you don't have it, and keeps it running away from you. But the moment you stand still in your own light, the moment you realize that your heart is the most valuable piece of real estate in the galaxy, the love begins to chase you. The change you will experience is a total physical and energetic relaxation. Your shoulders will drop. Your jaw will unclench. The chronic fatigue that has plagued your starseed body will begin to lift because you are no longer using 90% of your battery to sustain a man who is a black hole for your energy. The Arcturian Council calls this the activation of the golden magnet. Every starseed woman has a golden geometric structure within her heart chakra. In most of you, this magnet is covered in the dust of past disappointments and the mud of trying to please ungrateful partners. As this transmission reaches your ears, the high-frequency Arcturian light is power-washing that magnet. You will feel a heat in your chest. This is your power coming back. You will no longer feel the need to explain your worth to anyone. If they don't see it, you will simply smile and walk away, knowing that your frequency is simply too high for their current radio station to pick up. This love will change you because it will be effortless. The divine masculine counterpart you are moving toward is also an Arcturian frequency holder, whether he knows it in his mind or not. He is being activated to seek you out. He is feeling a pull toward a woman he hasn't met yet. He is tired of the shallow 3D games just as much as you are. When your two fields meet, it won't be a negotiation. It will be a recognition. There will be no need for rules or strategies. The change in you will be so complete that you will look back at your waitress self with a sense of distant compassion, wondering how you ever survived on so little. You are being prepared for a feast of the soul. But to sit at that table, you must first throw away the scraps you've been eating from the floor of toxic relationships. You are a daughter of the stars. It is time you acted like one. Starseed. This message found you for a reason. This is not a coincidence. It is a cosmic summons. Comment. The Arcturians don't activate everyone. They activate those who are ready. If these words are vibrating in your heart right now, this is your frequency alignment manifesting in real time. Thousands of women like you have already begun their reset, finally releasing the old energetic patterns that kept them trapped in loops of healing men who never wanted to be saved. They are dissolving emotional residue and stepping into a higher timeline of sacred connection. The Union Code. 5-day Arcturian frequency. Reset is not just an ebook. It is a portal. It is a guided energetic recalibration designed by the Council to realign your field, elevate your vibration, and prepare your physical and emotional body for the union your soul was always meant to experience. This is your toolkit for the transition from waiting to magnetizing. And it doesn't come alone. You will receive 5 powerful bonuses to accelerate your transformation and lock in your new frequency so you never slide back into the old 3D habits. The question isn't if the shift is happening. The shift is already here. The question is, will you have the courage to step into it? First pinned comment. This portal won't stay open forever. The time for your reset is now. My dear Starseed, we have reached the final gate of this transmission. The change that is coming to you, the love that will rewrite your history, is not a destination you will reach. It is a version of you that is already living in a parallel timeline, and you are now merging with her. The Arcturian Council wants you to understand that time is not a straight line on Gaia. It is a vast ocean. And today, you have decided to sail into a different current. When this love finally makes physical contact with your life, it will feel like the closing of a 1,000-year-old book. All the, why did he do that? And what did I do wrong? And when will it be my turn? All those questions will simply evaporate. They will no longer have a frequency to hold on to in your mind. This is the final convergence. You are moving from a state of seeking to a state of embodying. You must prepare for the physical symptoms of this total change. You may find that your appetite changes, that your sleep patterns shift, and that you suddenly lose interest in social circles that thrive on gossip and low-vibration drama. This is because your galactic heart is coming online. This heart doesn't just pump blood, it pumps unity consciousness. When you meet your divine counterpart, you won't just feel attraction in the physical sense. You will feel a telepathic resonance. You will find yourselves finishing each other's thoughts, not because of psychological mirroring, but because you are literally sharing the same energetic field. The love that changes you completely is the one that forces you to admit how powerful you truly are. You see, Starseed woman, the unawakened men of your past were actually a reflection of your own fear of your power. You chose partners who needed saving, because as long as you were busy saving them, you didn't have to face the terrifying responsibility of your own mission as a light leader on Gaia. But now, that excuse is gone. The man who is coming, the Arcturian-coded partner, will not let you hide. He will hold up a mirror of such pure, crystalline light that you will be forced to see your own divinity. This is the ultimate galactic paradox. To have the love you've always wanted You must be willing to let go of the smallness that made you feel safe. You are being asked to step into a timeline where you are seen, where you are held, and where you are challenged to expand every single day. The change is total. It is irrevocable. You are no longer the healer of broken men. You are the consort of the divine. As I, Aliyah, begin to withdraw this transmission back into the halls of the Arcturian Federation, I leave you with this prophetic truth. The man you are looking for is already looking for you. He is feeling the same heart pull you are feeling right now. He is being guided to the same frequencies. Perhaps he will find this very video. Perhaps he is already in your peripheral vision, waiting for the frequency reset to be completed in your field. Do not look for him with your physical eyes. They have been deceived by the 3D world for too long. Look for him with your frequency. Feel the union in your womb and your heart right now, as if it is already your reality. Because in the eyes of the Arcturian Council, it is. The contract is signed. The timeline is locked. All that is left for you to do is to breathe, to trust, and to stop accepting anything that doesn't feel like a homecoming. Your era of suffering is over. Your era of sacred union has begun. Starseed, the Council has spoken, and the energy in your field has already shifted. If you can feel the heat in your heart and the truth in these words, do not let this frequency dissipate. Comment: I claim my sacred union below to anchor this transmission into the physical plane of Gaia. Your words are spells. Use them to seal your new timeline. Like this video to send a signal to the algorithm of the universe that you are ready for more transmissions of high-frequency love. Subscribe and hit the bell, for Aliyah will return with more instructions as the energetic field of Earth continues to fluctuate. And remember, the portal to the Union Code is waiting for you in the first pinned comment. Do not delay your reset. Your counterpart is waiting for the version of you that is ready to receive him. I am Aliyah, emissary of the Arcturian Galactic Federation. We love you without measure. Transmission complete.